Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm doing my Forgeries on the 4th for my Counterfeit Kit Challenge. And so I did a bunch of different things today. So first I picked out this typewriter stamp for the keys and I wanted to imitate the paper that I didn't have, and I pulled out this Off the Rails from 49 Market, and instead of doing random letters, I did a happy life, because I figured I could use that on all sorts of things. So I am going to try this on the back, and this is the first time I've used many of these stamps and it didn't work so well, but I didn't have anything soft underneath, and it's all what it is. So just going to double check on the back again, because that's going to become the back, and we're going to get going on it on this side. That's a gray piece of cardstock, and I'm going to repeat stamp this, and so that it says happy life. And so the happy is on top, the life's on the bottom. It has a little bit of overlap there for where the bubbles are, and so I can line it up pretty easily. And so it's a nice one that it's not super hard to realign, but it wasn't perfect to realign, but it gave it more of a messy, almost, I'm going to call it a vintage feel to it, because yeah, it's not perfect. So, and some of them I do go over a little bit more after I get this part all done, but yeah, it's all good. It's going to be back on paper, I'm sure, for something, and not a big deal. So I only have one P, so there is that space in the happy, and I do have to go back and put that extra P in. Yeah, it's all good. Gives kind of a neat look with the one that's missing there. If it worked out for word-wise, or you were doing random letters, that would have been kind of neat to leave it like that. But I literally was spelling happy out, so it didn't really make sense to leave it. So, yep. I sped this up quite a bit, obviously, for how fast I'm going, because it's repetitive, but it doesn't. It probably only took me not 10 minutes to do this piece of paper. So I would definitely do it again, with different letters, with different words, with random. I thought of actually doing this on for a layout that was up on Friday, with the photo mats that I made, but I decided nope. So this is me just going through and doing the P's, and they're not straight and they're not perfect, and I am okay with that now. I probably wouldn't have been at the beginning, but now it's fine. And then there's the last couple that are going to go in. Just need a little bit there, and then this one on this side, I need just these two. And then a little bit there, and then I believe I do go over a couple of the letters and line them up. Mostly the F and the E did not stamp super well, so that's what I'm doing now, is just doing a couple of those. There's one more there I could have probably done, but it's okay. I decided to add some water to see if it would do some smudging. It did not smudge, so that's good to know about the 49 Market new ink. They did not do the water soluble thing, which is totally fine. I could do some platters and stuff later when I want to. So then I pulled out the Stamping Up die set that I have and this stamp, and I'm gonna do some faux wood veneers because I don't have any in the world, and that was definitely something that was in the kit for October. How is it October? And so I pulled out this brown piece of, it's kind of got like a texture look to it, almost woven, but it has some different gradients of the brown, and so I thought that would be a good one to do. And so there are what I did for those there, just a little bit closer up. I did a whole bunch of them. I figured why not? There is some North American, South America sides and some Europe kind of sides. So, and then this is the same. So North and South America and Europe and Africa and the rest. So I'm gonna ink it in that same off the rails ink and on that same brown. That looks a lot grayer on the brown than it did on the gray, but that's totally cool. I like the way it looks. So I did a few of those, and then I decided to do the Compass Rose too, because there was Compass Roses in the kit this month, so yay. And so those look pretty good, and I am going to put this away, and I'm going to put those away. I'm going to wipe them off with my wet wipe, and I'm just going to fussy get these out so that they're all ready to use when I get to be able to use them. So that was the second thing I did. And then the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some wax seals. So that took me longer to do, but and I'm not really great at doing the wax seals, but I figured I'd play with them. It's something that I'm definitely going to have to play a lot more with, because I'm just doing basics. But so I do have quite a few of wax seals, because I was getting the Spellbinders kit for a little bit, and so I do have some of the beads and this, like, look at all this. This is a cheapy little heating tool from Amazon, because as much as I wanted the fancy one from Spellbinders, this $10 was a far cry away from the almost 100 that it was. So I was like, nope, this will work. And so I pulled out a hello, a snowflake, some leaves, and a sun with some beach waves. And then this is pearl white. And I'm just going to cut out the name of it. And so that little bit's just going to go right in that package when I'm done. And it'll stay there, and then I'll know what it's called later. And so if I want some more, I can totally get some more. That's a little bit of foam, like fun foam. I do have a silicone mat somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I just wanted to see if I could put it on there instead of on my craft mat that's underneath. I know it will come off my craft mat, but it just put a little to see, and it was not going to come off nice. So I am not going to use that to pour the hot wax on, because yeah. And this is the hello. I didn't quite get it thick enough the first time around, but this one will be okay. I'm going to throw 3 beads in right away. I had some leftover pink in there, so I just added 3 beads of the pearl white, and then I'm going to add 3 more beads of the pearl white. And so I'm just going to mute the pink down in it to start with, because I don't know, I didn't want to waste the pink that's in there, but is what it is. So I'm going to use the snowflake next, because I don't know, I like pink snowflakes. And this one I really didn't do well. Sometimes it takes a minute to like sort that out. And then the only thing I don't like about this tool is that after you pour it, it like drips down the side, and then it gets it in the inside of the well there. And so I do have to wipe it out every once in a while. But so I'm using the back end of my paintbrush to mix it, because it goes faster. Probably a better tool out there for that, if there is, but nah, I don't have it today. So, and then I'm going to let it set for a second, and then I'm going to use this metal spatula to bring it off of my craft mat, and that's working okay. And so trying to put the 3 in right away when I'm thinking about it, so that I can do that. You may have noticed I put that first one in for the snowflake back into my pot, and now that hello is in there too. And then in that pinky white, I'm going to put some blue, because I want some blue ones. So there's some of those to start with. And then I'm going to pull out, I think it is the sun with the waves now. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so one of the things I would like to learn how to do is like how to get the sun one color and the waves a different color in the ink. And or the wax, not ink, wax. I've watched quite a few ladies do this. I don't know how they do it. Like it's, I don't know, more than my brain can handle a bit. So, and then I'm stirring these because it heats it faster, and then I can move on. There is some that I do with the leaves that I don't stir it because I put 3 different colored beads in, and I wanted to see all the colors. But with the white and the pearl, or the pearl and the blue, it didn't really matter to me. So here's those 3. I'm going to do a copper and a red and a white, and then there's a little bit of the blue there. But then this takes a long time because I can't stir it, and I have to wait and be patient. And waiting and being patient for this kind of stuff is not my strong suit. So that's probably why I don't do this as often, because I literally am like, gotta wait, Look at playing because I don't like to wait. I'm cleaning that up again, waiting some more. Oh, I hate waiting. Okay, get these in so I don't have to wait so much. So that one has a burgundy, a gold, and a green. And so it'll have a little bit of blue showing too. I'm like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Oh, I think I can do it now. But waiting is really not my strong suit. Look at me. I'm like, not yet, not yet. That one I think turned out really pretty, actually. And then I was thinking, well, if I could pour it on here, but it didn't pour really well, and I was like, that's not working. So I didn't show you all of that bit. So, but I thought maybe I can do it with gold, with the sun one, with the wave. So I'm gonna pour this on, and then I'm like, and I think people like do this and then push it off, and that's not working so well. Like, no. So back in it goes. So you're gonna see me mess around with this one, but the other one I spent a lot more time like playing with, and I was like, it is not working. Maybe a bigger one will work, because those were pretty small for the leaves. And so I'm gonna use my back of my paintbrush to kind of try and paint it in, and I'm like, oh, that worked okay. And so the rest of the gold I'm gonna pour out and use the leaf one. And then I'm going to put some blue in the leftover of that gold. I was going to see if it would pour out. Very nice. And it's not going to. It doesn't stay hot enough, long enough to do that. So it's going to have some gold in that blue, which is fine. It gives it more of a, I don't know, it almost takes it a grayish blue color, and that's my head. My apologies. Takes a lot of like look-see, and so that's it's okay. I'm like, I don't know how else to do this. Do I want to play with this more? Nope, there's not very much left in there, so I'm gonna call that good today. And so the sun on that one's okay. It's just I don't know. I have to play with it more. And then here's another look at that background paper that I made, and another look at the globes and some close-ups. And thank you so much for watching today. I feel like it was a little randomish, but hopefully I do use some of these counterfeit items on my layouts this month. I am really, really, truly going to try. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed, if you think you can, if it was worth watching. Thanks again for being here. There's some other videos here that you might want to take a look at. And make sure you check out the blog below. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.